Okay, so we all appreciate really good design, right? Like, to look at a nice, beautiful park like this, you want to just go explore. Or there's really great architecture that just feels empowering and just makes you stare in awe. When art and architecture come together and when there's lots of plants involved, it makes us feel good. Or there's lots of really great everyday things that are designed well that we love to use, our phones and our devices. And a lot of times, good design goes unnoticed because there's nothing bad that catches our attention, which is a sign of really great design work. But there are some designs out there that just really make you question what was going on, what the designers were thinking at all. Like the USB cable. How many times have you put this in the wrong direction? I know that's classic, like we talk about that all the time. Or could you imagine being in this building and trying to figure out which way to go? Like, it's literally a maze of a building. And I can't even figure out what to say about this. Like, you can't even drink from the cup or, hold your phone very well. Like, did anyone think about how to use this? Here's another one that people complain about. This building being concave, reflects light back down at people and is, super bright and blinding. So what's the difference between good design and bad design? Like, how do you, in the process of designing things, make things that aren't awful and don't suck for humans to use? One useful tool is ephemeral drawings. This is an ephemeral drawing of a dining table made by architect Sarah Wigglesworth. As you can tell, it tells the story of what happens at the table and starts to bring you into the experience. An experience is what ephemeral drawings are all about. This drawing specifically is focusing on the experience of physical movement of objects on or around the table, even the implied movement of humans without having to show any people. As opposed to technical drawings that show things in a more static and detailed way, ephemeral drawings highlight the temporary interactions, feelings, and movements of a design. Drawings like this are very common in architecture. This one highlights the light coming into a building at different times of day and the natural air circulation of the building. A drawing like this, diagramming the angles of the sun, could have been created while designing this building to either change the shape of the building or perhaps discover that making such a reflective building to be concave is not such a good idea. So, to explain a little more about how these visuals are used in a design process, let me walk you through a project I did. I had a little garden plot at the apartments I live at. This is a technical drawing of the plot for context. And I wanted to make the most of my time there by improving the experience, as I found myself not enjoying being there for as long despite the excitement I had to go there every day. Immediately I had ideas for change that I thought might make me want to stay there, like putting up something for shade or trying to avoid other people that were out visiting their gardens as well. But I wanted to let the design process discover a great solution rather than just guessing and checking that my random ideas might actually improve the experience for me. So I started making several different ephemeral drawings to capture the current experience I was having there, as well as to discover where a weak point in my experience at the garden might be. This drawing shows the change in excitement I had as different plants sprouted and developed. In some of my other ephemeral drawings, though, I started to notice something. In this drawing, where I combined the experience of what I was looking at, what I was thinking about, and where I was during different activities at the garden, I noticed that at times when I was just sitting and relaxing, there wasn't anything I was focusing on. And when I didn't have anything to focus on, my thoughts went back to whatever I was doing before I went to the garden, and that was usually homework or something, which completely detracted from the beautiful experience of taking care of my plants and enjoying just the nature and the sounds of birds and everything around. Having discovered that I needed something to focus on and interact with while at the garden, the simple solution of bringing my guitar to the garden allowed my time to be stress-free and more relaxed. Making these drawings and analyzing them helped me discover a solution that not only worked effectively, but I didn't have to spend more money or effort on building a contraption to produce shade or put in more effort avoiding people. So ephemeral drawings help make smart choices and resolve issues before they happen in design. Architect Frank Gehry turns ephemeral drawings like this into fascinating buildings like this one. If you care about keeping intentionality and human experience as priorities in the things you create, ephemeral drawings should be part of your process. Whether you are designing buildings, shoes, games, or tech, you can avoid making dissatisfying experiences and instead create beautiful experiences by visualizing the temporary ephemeral system around your product. Thanks for watching.